Hey guys, what's up? It's Jessica, and I can't believe I'm about to admit this, but it is almost time to go back to school. I know some of my friends who don't live around me, don't even live in my country. They have already gone back to school last week, or they're going back this week, or going back today or something. Not looking forward to it at all. I still have over a month till I have to go back. So I thought, why not do a video about that and give some advice to people who are either freshmen or transfers or just want some advice for school because they forget everything that happened last year. Anyways, I'm going to give you guys some tips and pointers and just a couple things to expect, so you know what to expect next year, or I guess this year now. Anyways, let's get into it. So the first thing is, it's not going to be like it is in the movies. If you've never been to a high school before and you're just going to be a freshman or grade 9 or grade 8 or whatever it is, or you're transferring from homeschool to school or something, and you don't know what to expect, don't expect it to be like the movies. Expect it to be boring, and there's not going to be any songs that are going to be sang up and down the hallways. The bullies that you see in the movies aren't going to be like what you see there. They're going to be less out there. At least I know from my school, we have bullies, but they don't go around pushing people in lockers 24/7, and they're not the ones that everyone, as soon as they walk down the hallway, everyone splits. It's not like that. They are a lot more low-key, but you still want to make sure you look out for them because people can be mean, so make sure you are aware of that. Moving on from that, also something that isn't going to be like in the movies is the cliques and the tables and stuff. Yes, it is somewhat like that, but there's a lot of people that aren't in that. I know I have a bunch of friends who are from a ton of different groups. I don't necessarily hang out with them every day, but I go all over the place, and it's not a sin to go and hang out with these people one day and then these people the next day. My friend had to do that. She alternated one day. It's not a big deal. So don't worry about trying to be in one clique or one group, because you can have friends in as many different groups and cliques and teams and activity things that you want, because they're your friends and you can have friends with whoever you want. At the beginning of the year, there are two different kinds of teachers. There are the ones that say, oh yeah, they just had summer, they need to get back into the swing of things and just let them have an easy time. And then there's also the teacher that says, we gotta crack down on them and get going and get notes and lessons and everything the first day and make sure they have a ton of homework so they get back into it and they'll be prepared for the rest of the year, and we gotta just do it now. There's going to be teachers that you like, and there's going to be ones that you don't like. Beginning of the year, don't take it as that's how they're going to be the entire year. I've actually talked to one of my teachers before about this, and they do it one of two ways. They are all, oh yeah, we're nice, we're going to go through the curriculum, we're going to be nice, and then kind of get mean throughout the year when you get to know them, and they're like, oh, we don't care anymore, just get your stuff done. Or they're going to be really horrible the first day, and they're going to make you scared of them. And then they're going to be nice the rest of the way through because they just wanted you to know that, oh, they're in control and they tell you what to do and they do this and that. There's also going to be the one that doesn't care, but that is self-explanatory, just doesn't care, and it's just an easy class that you just sit there and do nothing. And yes, thank you for those classes, because those are the classes I do my homework in. If you haven't already picked your classes and you have to do it at the beginning of the year, I know I do it at the end of the year, but if you're doing it at the beginning, don't think about your classes that all your friends are in. Take the classes you want to take, even if you know no one in it, because chances are there's going to be one person that you know from another school, or there's going to be one person that you meet through a sport or a club, or just someone that you meet by sitting next to. I know I tried to pick my classes according to my friends, and I wanted to be in all the same classes as them, and we didn't even get put in them, so we got put in random courses, and I didn't even want to take the courses I signed up for. So don't do that. That's a mistake I made, and I ended up transferring out of them because I wasted a year. Don't waste a year that you just want to be with your friends, because you'll still have lunch and you'll still have your other courses that you're going to end up with them in. And if you don't end up in a class with them, it's not the end of the world. I know it might seem like it, but you can still text them and call them and talk to them after school and during lunch and in between periods and stuff. The next thing that I want to talk about is lockers. Now, if you get to pick your own locker number, I know in my school, if you made honor roll or Super G, which is work habit stuff, you get to pick your own locker, and you go and you say, oh, I want this number, and they'll give it to you. And the rest of the people just get assigned whatever. But if you do get to pick it, pick wisely, pick according to what classes you think you're getting into, or if you already know your classes, think about that, like what way would be easier to walk in between classes and get a snack or get a different binder, or, you know, grab my phone charger or headphones or something. I didn't think about this as first year, and luckily I was in the right spot, but a ton of my friends were at the other side of the school, and they couldn't go in between classes to go get like food or something, so I'd have to wait till lunch, and if they were starving, like I'm like, okay, whatever, I have food, I'll go to my locker or something, because I can just run to the bathroom and go on the way. Like, it's not a big deal for me, but for them it's like, okay, well, it takes 5 minutes to get there. How am I supposed to do this in 5 minutes? So think wisely, as well as if you're going to be next to a class, be warned that some people do line up outside the class, and if teachers are late, then they might be standing in front of your locker and you might not be able to get to it. And if you're a freshman and seniors are standing in front of the locker, from experience, I know you do not want to talk to them and tell them to move. By the end of the school year, you'll be like, okay, move, like, I gotta get in my locker. And they'll already know that because that happened to me. But yeah, so think wisely, do not pick next to a door, and if you can, pick near your friends who you're signed up for classes with, then you can always just go together and walk to class. Another thing is, do not walk slow in the hallway, especially in between periods. I don't know why people do this. They decide to like go in a straight line, walk all the way down the hallway like this, and somehow go like just past my class. Like, they always do this, but they walk so slow, and it's like, okay, well, now I'm gonna be late. I don't care if you don't care if you're gonna be late, but please do not take up the entire hallway and walk really slow. That is a really good way to have enemies, and you do not want to make enemies the first week of school. Pick your seat on the first day wisely. Now, I have heard so many people say this, the seat that you pick on the first day of school is going to be your seat for the rest of the year. Now, this is not like a mandatory thing. Of course, like, you don't have assigned seating necessarily in every single class. I know some classes, teachers are like, okay, we want it alphabetized, or we want it this way, and I have my own order. Some teachers do that still, but there are a lot of teachers that say, okay, just go sit down. I don't care. As long as you work well with the people beside you, you should have no problems. So pick wisely, pick people that you can get work done beside, but also pick people that you are going to be comfortable with sitting beside the entire year. Now, if you don't know them and you know no one, then I guess it's just like, you gotta just go for it, just pick wherever you want to pick. But if you end up meeting people like halfway through the school year, it's going to be really hard to switch seats. I know that a new like foreign exchange student person came in and stole my friend's seat, so she had to move to an empty one, and there was actually an empty one beside her, so I could move as well. But be careful if that happens. If someone comes and takes your seat and you're separated from all of your friends, make sure that the next day and for like the next couple weeks you get there before they do. Otherwise, they're going to keep on sitting there, and then you're not going to have your seat, and so you're going to be in the back of the class all by yourself, and your other friends are going to be at the front right corner. The next thing is that cafeteria lunches may not be that bad. My school, they are actually really good. Apparently we have like one of the best like cafeterias in the world, though. Well, not in the world, but like in Canada or BC or wherever. Some schools I know are really bad, but I always hear like these horror stories and how don't eat the cafeteria food, blah blah blah, but not all of them are that bad. I know mine's fine. I know a lot of them are fine. So maybe scope it out the first week of school and figure it out. Well, I guess when it opens up, because mine doesn't open up the first week. But make sure you don't go the first week without food and expect to buy it every single day, because it might not even be open. Pack a lunch and get your friends to pack a lunch, and you can all just eat your lunch and then walk around the school or go sit down outside or wherever else in the cafeteria or something. Wherever you want to go. I don't know what your school's like. Mine doesn't have an area that we can just go and sit down. We have the caf, but it's small, so yeah. If you want to join a sport or a club or something and none of your friends are doing it, that is fine. Go join it, go try out. You'll make new friends, and you will. People say this, and I only made a couple new friends, but I didn't join any sports. I didn't join any clubs. So my new friends that I made, one was a transfer, one didn't come to my school till the year after, and then one of them I knew from elementary school. The last thing that I'm going to talk about is don't fold under peer pressure. Don't be stupid. Don't do everything that your friends do. Like I said, if your friends are taking certain courses, don't have to take them. If they're joining a certain club, you don't have to join that club. If they're trying out for a team and they want to play soccer but you want to play basketball, then go play basketball, honestly. High school goes by so fast, and people always say this, and it honestly does. I honestly can't, I must say honestly so much. I can't believe I'm going into grade 12, like I'm graduating this year. It's crazy to think about, because I don't even know what I want to do next year. But it goes by so fast, so like appreciate every single day of it. Although you might hate taking notes or doing gym or, you know, taking a math test, you'll appreciate it and you'll really wish you can go back to like your grade 9 final when you're going into grade 12, because honestly I'd rather be doing grade 10 again and grade 9 again than going into grade 12. Like I'm not ready to go. Like maybe at the end of the year I will be, but as of right now, like I still want my mommy. Just have fun with it, honestly. High school can be horrible and boring and make you want to cry and make you cry, but at the end of the day, you just gotta appreciate it and have fun with it. It goes by so fast. I've said this like 6 times now. You're gonna make new friends from sports teams or clubs or people that you knew from elementary school or middle school that you never even really talked to, that all of a sudden they're going to become your best friend. And people are going to move and transfer in, and it might not be like the first week or the first year even, it might be the next year. There's someone that might move from a different country or a different state or province or area, and they might move to your school and they might be your best friend, and you might be friends forever. Honestly, you have no idea what kind of people are going to be there until you actually get there. One more thing is, the boys are not as good as what you think they're going to be. So that's all for this video. If you like it, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and comment down below what grade you're going into, or if you've already graduated, then what year you graduated. Like I said, I'm going to grade 12. Don't forget to click the subscribe button to stay tuned for more videos. I am 2 away from 30, and my goal was to get to 40 by the time I get back to school. So if you haven't subscribed, subscribe now, because I would appreciate it a lot. And I will see you next week. Bye.